I think we got to be so careful with the kids.
Yes, we do. And also, it's a capability issue. So when you are forced to, go through hardships and you're forced to work for things, you become very capable in a lot of ways. You don't realize you're building that muscle on different things. And I think we've got a capability crisis in our country. There are a lot of people who are just simply incapable. And maybe it comes from, our generation wanting to overcompensate for the way we were raised and the things that we didn't have.
What do you mean by incapable?
Just how do I figure this out? How do I figure out how to, we don't have to research anything anymore. We don't have to work for anything.
Okay.
You and I, we had to use the encyclopedia if we wanted to look something up. So now people just have to Google. And so what would they do if that wasn't an option?
Right.
Would they know how to research something or find the answer to something? I don't think many people would.
Right.
Right. And I think that, I see that in businesses that are in the towns that I work with. They have a hard time finding employees who are just simply capable.
Right.
Not of one particular skill or the other, but just capable of figuring things out.
Yeah. Well, we've really got a generation that can't use a screwdriver.
We do, yes.
Okay, it's fascinating to look at. I try to work with my grandkids and stuff like that with tools and let them do things. My grandson Carter, I brought him in to bring him in the shop and we'll wire up extension cords and we do things like that and show him how to do plug-ins and how to do stuff. And when I try to talk to him as much about those things as possible. And I never forget, I brought his 5-year-old, my grandson, over to the house, and I had like 10 Phillips screwdrivers and 10 flats, and I poured them out in a pile and make him tell me which one's which.
Sure, yeah.
And when he get it wrong, I'd hit him on the head with the other one. And it really got him to where he paid attention
Right.
closer. But now, if I would just said, honey, that's all right.
Let me do it.
But when he thought he wasn't sure, he started squinching his eyes because he knew I was going to hit him on the head. And but I think what we do sometimes, there's no struggle, and that's like, and I'll throw this out too, and not knowing your living situation at all. But kids got to leave, okay? They need to leave sometimes. And we build a house that's bigger than, a 25,000 square foot house with 12 bathrooms and 14 bedrooms. Them kids have to leave, and in order to grow and to be what they need to be, they have to be self-sufficient and have to be out there. But we want them close and we love them. My wife wants a hub house all the time. I said, I could see us all getting along, living that close. But I think sometimes we hold them in there, and they need to go so they can stand on their own.
That's true. My husband is an exceptional step parent, and he, the girls will call him what they need something. Most of the time they're going to call him before they call me. And I watch him handle it so beautifully. And I think to have not had experience with his own children, to be able to figure that out is pretty remarkable. He'll walk them through how to fix whatever the problem is themselves, instead of saying, let me jump in the car and run and save you. Except for the other day, my daughter had a flat tire in the freezing pouring rain, and he was there changing her tire on the side of the 4-lane. So
that's a different thing.
Yes, exactly.
That's a whole different thing.
Right.
Yeah. I was interviewing Barry Absher the other day, and we were talking about it. He was talking about his son's a plumber. And he was talking about they were working on a big line they were putting into a home. He said, and his son had the flu, was sick. And he said, so, he was there with me. But he said, but it was raining and everything. He said, so I told him, son, it's all right. I'll get out. I'll dig it.